Hi, welcome to my channel. I am going to do a huge declutter of my makeup collection. I've recently just did one about 2 months ago, so I feel like the stuff in my collection is really good stuff, so I'm not sure how well I'm going to do. I'm hoping that I'll get a couple things out. I don't expect a huge, 50% decrease. Maybe one or two things. But I'm thinking down the line, in a year from now, after I've been on my no-buy for a while, maybe my thoughts on my makeup is going to change and I'll be more willing to get rid of some of the stuff in my collection that I haven't touched. Right now, I feel like everything looks so pretty and I don't want to get rid of it, but I need the room. This will be the intro for all of my declutters, so insert declutter here. I'm doing it on the floor. I'm not sure how well this is going to work or how well you're going to be able to see, but hopefully it's okay. We'll see. All right, well, let's get into it. Okay, we're going to start off with palettes. I don't know how much I'm going to get rid of. I really love everything. One of my issues is that I like to have a full collection, and I don't think that that is a good thing. Let's start with some Jeffree Star. I have 4 palettes here. So this is the Thirsty palette. I'm going to keep that for now. Same with the Blood Sugar palette. These haven't been used a whole lot, as you can tell, but hopefully with the Shop My Stash, I will be digging more into the things that I own. Androgyny and Beauty Killer. This one, the pink broke on it, which makes this palette a mess, but I think I'm keeping these. The other palettes he's come out with I'm not super interested in, like the Alien and the Blue Bloods, but I like those for now. This palette, this Gwen Stefani and Urban Decay, I'm definitely keeping. I've almost hit pan on a few of these shades. Oh god, I'm not doing good at all. Okay. I Want It All palette from Kylie Cosmetics. This was a Valentine's Day collection that came out. The highlight on here is so pretty. I'm gonna put this in a maybe pile because that's the only thing out of there that I want. I know I'm keeping these 2 Visart Grande Pro Volume 1 and 2. Really, with these 2 palettes, like, you need no other palette, realistically. But, of course I do. This is the Suva Beauty palette that I got in a BoxyCharm. I've never reached for it, so I'm going to declutter this. So one decluttered. Okay, this is the Kylie Vacation palette. This is probably the palette from Kylie Cosmetics that I've used the most. This one actually, and this one I've used quite a bit too. Yeah, I'm gonna keep those. Okay, this Flamingo palette. I was so excited. I bought it on the pre-release on the Violet Boss website, but I never reached for this. Oh, it's hard. I'm going to declutter this Violet Boss Flamingo palette. Okay. This is the Dominique Cosmetics Lemonade palette. But still, no, I'm keeping that. I'm going to keep my Dominique Cosmetic palettes. Oh, brother. This is not going good at all. Maybe when I am done my no-buy year, I'm not going to feel so attached to these, hopefully. This Alamar Cosmetics palette. This is beautiful. I'm going to keep that for now as well. This Lorac Pro 3 I'm going to keep as well. Yeah. And my 2 Pat McGrath palettes. I haven't used, actually, I think I have a third one. I have 3 Pat McGrath palettes. I don't think I'm decluttering these. Like, they're too expensive, and like I've bought all my makeup. The packaging is super annoying, but yeah. I'm gonna keep these 2. Okay, I put this in the maybe pile, and I'm not going to keep it just for this shade, so I'm going to declutter this as well. Alright, so we have some Violet Voss and some BH Cosmetics. This is the Dominique Latte palette. No way, I'm getting rid of this. I love this. So pretty, such great quality. This BH Cosmetics palette I bought because they were supposed to be dupes for the Makeup Geek metal shadows, and they're really beautiful, but like I never reach for this, and I've had it for so long, so time to say bye to this. This is the Sylvia Ganni palette. This is newer to my collection as well. I'm gonna keep it for now. I've only used it like once. Oh. Alright, this is the Drenched Metals, and this is the Laura Lee. I'm gonna get rid of the Laura Lee and keep the Drenched Metals. Alright, we have the Mad About Matte's Top Notch, and Holy Grail. I think it's good to have a nice neutral matte palette, so I'm going to keep this. I don't have a lot of cool tones, so I'm going to keep this. This is a really pretty one too, so I'm going to keep those. And this is the BH Cosmetics Carly Bible palette. I haven't reached for this. Yeah, I'm going to declutter this. It's a good palette, but I know I'm not going to reach for it, and I have really good quality shadows in my collection that could dupe this, so yeah, get rid of that one. Here are some larger palettes in my collection. So this is the Jaclyn Hill Morphe. I'm not getting rid of this. I quite love this palette. Yeah, keeping this one for sure. Same with the James Charles. I really like this palette. And then the Dare to Create. It's just so big, but like, I'm gonna keep that. Okay, here I have the Mega Pro 1 and the Mega Pro 4. I remember that I was so excited to get my hands on this, but like, I don't need that. And this one, I love these two shades. So I'm gonna keep the 4 and get rid of the 1. Okay, now we have the Zodiac and Zodiac Love Signs, Violet Voss. Okay, these are all huge palettes. I'm not getting rid of this. It's in my Shop My Stash for this week, and I have been loving it. So I'm going to keep that, which makes me hesitant to get rid of this one because I really love the formula. So I'm going to keep that. I feel like, oh, do I need you? Yeah, okay. not doing so well here. Alright, I have a bunch of smaller palettes here. I know I'm not going to get rid of my limited edition Natasha Denona palettes. I really like this cranberry and the camel, so we're probably not going to get rid of any Natasha Denona today. This is like my most used matte palette. I have Pan on this palette. This is the Sonia Kashuk Ion Neutral 2 palette. I have this and I have a backup of it, so maybe one day I'll get rid of the backup. Okay, I think these two are more unique to my collection, but like, do I need that if I have this? Like, this one is duped here. This one is duped here. These two. Like, this is like between those two colors. This green, is that green? Like, really? Like, I wouldn't wear that. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of this. I'm gonna keep this one. I've used this and I've liked it, so I'm gonna keep that. All of these Dose of Colors palettes I love so much, so I'm keeping all of them. I think I can get rid of this Milani one because this one like suits the same purpose, I feel like, and then with the mattes in here, like I don't need that. So I'm gonna get rid of the Milani and keep the Violet Voss. I'm keeping these. Okay, my beloved Naked 3 palette. This was my first like high-end palette that was wearable for every day. Like, I bought a Too Faced one ages ago, like 2005, that I don't have anymore. Decluttered that a long time ago, but it's so pretty and I feel like such an attachment to it, but it's time to let her go. So we're gonna get rid of Naked 3. I have more of these little guys. Okay, well, I'm keeping this. I think I'm going to keep all of my Huda palettes for now. As they go through my rotation throughout the year, I might get rid of some. The more I go through the palettes, the less like neat they are, but that's okay. So ABH, I'm not getting rid of any. I have all of them, I think. I'll show you, but I'm not getting rid of any of them. So we have the Maya Mia palette from ages ago. I'm gonna keep that. Subculture, I actually love this palette. I'm not gonna say keep that for all the Anastasia ones or Anastasia ones, because this is a Mario palette, because I'm keeping all of them. The Modern Renaissance. This is the Self-Made. Norvina. Prism, my least used ABH palette. Soft Glam. Tamana, or Tamana, I'm not sure. This is an ancient one as well. Catwalk palette. Like, these are palettes that are so old, I'm not going to use them, but they're in my collection, you know. The ABH Amrezy palette. Alright, I think that's everything. Okay, that wasn't all the ABH. I have the Artist palette, the Sultry palette, and Lavish. And this is the Shadow Couture World Traveler palette. So of course we're keeping all of these. So here is the original Naked palette. This palette has been loved and I don't think I can get rid of it yet. Not yet. We're gonna hold on to her. The Lorac Pro. I don't need it, so another one for the declutter pile. Some Kylie here. Okay, I know that I love the bronze and the burgundy palette, so I'm keeping those. Then we have this blue honey palette. Alright, these three up here. Yeah, we're gonna keep her. I wish I was doing better. Maybe the next time, next go around. Okay, this Laura Lee Nudie Patootie palette. It seems boring, but like I've used this quite a bit compared to other palettes that I own, so I'm gonna keep this one, but I have this one, Cat's Pajamas. I'm gonna declutter this. Goodbye, good riddance. Okay, so Juvia's Place is, okay, I have a few collections. Juvia's Place, Natasha Denona, Huda, and ABH. Violet Voss used to be one, so was Kylie and ColourPop, but I got over that pretty quick. I need to start getting rid of certain palettes in those collections so that they're not complete anymore, so that I don't feel the need to keep completing them. And this is my least favorite palette from Juvia's Place, so I'm gonna get rid of this. Okay, this Mini Nudes from Natasha Denona is great. This Mini Sunset isn't. No, I'm gonna get rid of this Mini Sunset and then keep these two. I already decluttered the Mini Star palette, so at least I don't need to get all the minis now of Natasha Denona. It's an expensive habit to have. Alright, so here, let's go through my Natasha Denona collection. I know I'm not getting rid of anything. So we have the Safari palette. We have the Sunset palette. I know it's distracting because there's palettes everywhere. I don't know how else to do this. I don't have much room. We have the Star palette. It's so messy. What was this called? It was just like the 10 pan or something. I can't remember what this one was called, and it doesn't say on it. The Leela palette. The Gold palette. The Tropics. I know people hate on this palette, but I love it. The Bibba palette. This is probably my favorite one that she's come out with ever. And then the two big ones. This is the green brown, and then the blue purple. So we're keeping those. I really do like this collection, so we're gonna keep those. But now that it's not in a vault, it'll be easier to get rid of, you know, one or something. If I decide there's one I don't use or don't want. Okay, this Man-Eater palette, it's a really good palette, but I have so many of these, so I'm gonna get rid of this from Tarte. This Huda Desert Dusk palette, never reach for this. So I'm gonna get rid of that too. The Rose Gold Remastered, I like this palette, so I'm going to keep her. Okay, now we have the My Little Pony and Trolls palettes. These are so pretty, but I don't need these. Well, I don't need like 90% of these, but I really don't need these. I've never reached for them. I wanted to keep them because Angelica and Samantha March really liked, like one liked one, the other liked the other. I can't remember who was who, but yeah, I'm gonna get rid of these. It breaks my heart because like I've paid full price, right, for most of these palettes. Some have been gifts, but you know, most of them haven't been. Alright, we're down to like the last 20 or 30. Oh my goodness. Okay, we have these two from the Dose of Color ZX Katie. I like this one better, but I wore this to an award ceremony and I have a little bit of an attachment to it. I mean, it's not the best palette, but the colors are unique enough. This is so good. Keeping. We have some Kylie and some KKW. I'm gonna keep this KKW and Mario. This is the only KKW palette I have, and it's because I love Mario, so we're gonna keep this. This is one of the better formulas Kylie has, so I'm gonna keep that as well. I don't know that there's anything more that I'm gonna get rid of. There's still a lot. There's still a lot. But I need to, okay, let's see if we can get rid of like 3 more. Okay, so this Royal Affair palette, I really like this palette, but I have these colors in other formulas that I like better, so we'll get rid of that. I'm gonna put the Juvia's Place ones aside for now. This palette is new to me. I'm keeping that for sure. I'm putting this aside. And I'm gonna look at my Juvia's and see if I can find dupes for these. And if I can, then we'll declutter this. Some ColourPop Dream Street, I really like. I really love this one. This was a holiday palette a couple years ago. All I See Is Magic. It's so pretty. Keeping those. Zodiac, I'm keeping that simply because it's Zodiac. The Salvaje, I think is how you say that, palette is so pretty. Keeping this. This is slightly boring, but it's the Princess collection from ColourPop. Yeah, they're not dupes, but I have kept Taupe Notch, so I'm going to get rid of this. And we're going to keep this. And then I think these are my last 2 ColourPop palettes. Ooh La La, this pink, and It's My Pleasure, which is purple. These are so pretty. I don't need this. I don't need this. I don't need to go through my Juvia's to know that most of them will be duped. And it's so heavy, it's so big, I don't need it. This is a Morphe and Kathleen Lights. I love this mustard shade and this green. And you can make a whole look out of this. I loved it when I used it. I'm keeping it. Okay, I have 2 Visart Theory palettes. This is Absinthe, and this is Minx, I think. Yeah. I'm going to keep Absinthe. I'm going to declutter Minx. The reason Like, these are such good shadows. Of course, they're Visart, but, or Viseart, or however you say it. I have these in other palettes, and I feel like I don't have that many greens, so if I'm not going to have many greens, may as well keep it in a great formula. I have tons of these colors. I could depot this. I think I'm going to keep this to depot it. No, no. You know what? I'm going to depot both of these into a Z palette. Okay. And then I can get rid of singles later on down the road. Okay, these original Huda, I think this was part of the original, little Obsessions palettes are so good. This one is the best, but this one's great too, and this is a nice colorful one. Keeping those. This gemstone one, I'm going to declutter this. It's just shimmers, and I have lots of shimmers, so get rid of that one. Okay, all I have left are my Juvia's Place palettes. Okay, I'm going to start with the Nubian 2. I know better than to get rid of this because I got rid of it twice already and bought it again. So we're going to keep her. I already got rid of the one palette, the Nubian one, so I'm not going to feel bad if I can't get rid of any of these. Okay, so we have the Warrior and the Warrior 2. This is probably my favorite palette from Juvia's. It's like the most wearable, and them paired together are so great, so I'm keeping those. And then we get into like more crazy colors. So this Afric palette has this gorgeous green, yellow, and orange. They're so pretty. Keeping this. Ugh, okay, I really don't think I'm getting rid of any of these. This Saharan by Juvia's Place. Duh, Sonia, they're all Juvia's Place right now. I keep it for this one shade. I'm going to keep this for now. I'm going to put it in like my everyday makeup one of these coming weeks, and if I don't want to reach for it or if I don't love it, then I'll get rid of it at that time. For now, we're going to keep her. This is the Saharan 2. I love these mattes. These are really beautiful, like jewel tones and some nice shimmers. I'm going to keep that. This is such a nice, unique palette. Keeping this. I don't think I'm getting rid of any of these. This is like the most colorful one. There's also these for colorful. So I'm keeping Zulu and Masquerade. Then we have Festival and Deuce. Keeping those, and Magic. I'm definitely keeping Magic. Okay, so keeping all those Juvia's. Got rid of the Nubian one. So I feel like that's good enough to not want to buy any new palettes that are coming out. Like, I don't need to collect them. So hopefully down the road I'll be able to declutter more without feeling a sense of loss, which is literally just makeup. But let's see how many I got rid of. I thought I was going to get rid of like 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm gonna start really talking too soon. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So, got rid of 22. I'm still covered in swatches. 22, kept hundreds probably. But it's a start. So that's 22 things out of my collection. I feel good about that. So if you have any tips on how I can like downsize more, please let me know. This is my first declutter that I'm doing this, like filming it, and I feel like I need it to be better. I need it to be like half my collection, but I'm just not ready for that yet. Soon. It's a therapy session. Right now it's only, what day is it? March 27th. It's March 27th. I'm technically not even in my no-buy yet. My no-buy starts April 1st until April 1st, 2020. But I think I just need to, like, if I start purging some of the stuff in my collection, I'll realize how much I have and I won't want to buy more, if that makes sense. So that's all. Thank you so much for watching. The next collection or next declutter will probably be face palettes. I have a lot of those as well. So I think I'll just do section by section and hopefully get rid of about 100 things total. Right now we're at 22, so that's a good chunk. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all later. Bye.